Hey everyone, today I have watched all episode of Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1 in 0.25x speed and found 84 amazing detail that you may or may not have seen before. To not waste any of your time, let's get into the juicy details. Let's start with detail number 1. The first episode begins with a scene where Satoru Gojo, a Jujutsu sorcerer, ties up our main character Yuji Itadori. You may wonder why Gojo wears his blindfold all the time. Well, it's because he wants to limit his sensory input and prevent himself from getting tired easily. He doesn't need to use his eyes to see things because he has a unique ability called the Six Eyes. This ability allows him to see cursed energy in great detail. He can also sense things that don't have cursed energy, such as buildings, by the residue and the flow of the cursed energy around them. Moving on to detail number 2. If you pay attention, you will notice that the room that Gojo locks Yuji in has no door. So how do they get in? The reason why they can enter this room is because Gojo has a special curse technique called Infinity that allows him to teleport. Detail number 3. The Jujutsu sorcerer runes on the wall around the room are the same runes on the fabric that they use to wrap around the cursed finger of Sukuna. This might be a special rune created only to suppress Sukuna, because we don't see this type of rune used against any other cursed spirit at all. Detail number 4. When Megumi walks toward the locker of the cursed object, we already know that someone broke the lock because there is no lock on it. Detail number 5. There is no definitive explanation why Yuji is so strong even before he eats Sukuna's finger. But some believe that it's because he inherited it from his father, Jin Itadori. I won't tell you who his father is yet because that's a spoiler. But Yuji's strength not only allows him to throw the volleyball like that, but he can also lift up and throw a car. Moreover, in this scene we can see him run faster than Megumi Fushiguro even without using any curse energy. Next is number 6. The two friends of Yuji Itadori are actually a foreshadowing that he will have another two friends in the future who have similar personalities as these two. The girl has similar short hair and a similar personality to Nobara Kugisaki, and the boy doesn't like to talk much, just like Megumi Fushiguro. Detail number 7. There is a theory behind his grandpa's death before he finishes talking. In this scene, when he closes his eyes, it looks like he's gone already. So that means the voice that talks to Yuji might not be his grandpa's voice. It could be his spirit after death, using curse energy to talk to Yuji, since Yuji can hear and see cursed spirits. Or it could be his father who talks to him and tells him to use his strength to help others. Why would the animator animate him looking away and closing his eyes if there's nothing hidden in this scene? Detail number 8. In this scene, when the cursed demon grabs Setsuko Sasaki's face, it also breaks her glasses, but it happens so fast that we don't notice it. That's why in episode 2, in the hospital scene, we see her wearing new glasses. Detail number 9. The reason why the cursed demon eats the man but not the girl is not because it plays with her or something, but it tries to find the cursed finger of Sukuna in her pocket to eat it and gain more power. Detail number 10. You can see that the power Megumi Fushiguro uses to attack the cursed demon is brutal and explosive. That's why he stands there and waits for the right moment. Because he knows that if he attacks the curse now, the human who is held hostage by the curse will also get injured. Detail number 11. The reason why Megumi uses curse energy to create shadow animals is because when he was a child, he liked Pokemon. So, this is actually a dream come true for him. Whenever one of his animals dies, he hurts more than when a human dies. Detail number 12. The reason why Megumi's animal eats the cursed spirit is because it helps it gain more power. Megumi has a lot of cursed spirits. If one dies, it will transfer its power to another one. Detail number 13. After killing the first cursed spirit, another cursed spirit comes to attack them immediately. But if you remember, this cursed spirit is the one that Megumi saw in the baseball field. Detail number 14. At the same time when the second cursed spirit attacks, if you watch in slow motion, you will see that both of Megumi's wolves help carry Yuji's friend away from getting attacked. But the wolves have no mind on its own, so this is just Megumi fast thinking to save him on time. Detail number 15. When Yuji Itadori kicks the cursed demon's eye and makes it bleed, If we look closely at the demon's blood, it's not only blood, but also letters, because cursed spirits are formed by curse words from the curse user. Even when Yuji eats the finger and breaks the demon's hand, we can see that even inside the demon's skin there are a lot of curse letters and words on it. Detail number 16. After Yuji eats Sukuna's finger, if we look at his eye, the black part of his eye now shapes like a human. It's a smart way to resemble that there is another person inside this body. Detail number 17. In episode 2, before Yuji Itadori devours Sukuna's finger and gets possessed by him, he doesn't have the line under his eye yet. But after Sukuna merges with him and creates 2 extra eyes, the line remains with him even when he reverts to his human form. Detail number 18. In this scene, there is a knockoff Apple laptop. Instead of an Apple logo, they replaced it with a pear fruit logo. Detail number 19. When Yuji Itadori moves into his new room, he puts up a poster of a sexy lady on the wall. This is actually a clever foreshadowing from the animators, because later in the series, Yuji will become best friends with Todo because they share the same taste in women. Detail number 20. In this scene, it's revealed that Yuji styles his hair after the main character in a manga that he likes to read. Just look at this. It's a spitting image of his hair, only with a different color. Detail number 21. In episode 3, when they go to pick up Nobara Kugisaki, we see another imitation iPhone. They changed the back camera to a triangular shape. Detail number 22. In case you didn't know, this is not Nobara's natural hair color. Her real hair is darker brown than that, but not completely black like most Japanese people. She dyes her hair like that because it suits her better. Detail number 23. When they are excited about going to Tokyo, you can spot a panda climbing an antenna. This is a reference to their panda senior who will show up in the next episode. Detail number 24. When Yuji and Nobara Kugisaki go to fight the cursed spirit in the abandoned house, it seems like she pulls out her nails and hammer out of thin air. But if you watch closely, you will see that she hides them inside her shirt. Detail number 25. Notice that the cursed puppet she uses to kill the monster has a little heart on it, just like her hammer. That little heart sticker is the real cursed technique that can destroy the monster's heart. The puppet and the hammer is just a tool. The heart stick is the real curse. Detail number 26. Notice that every time Megumi summons his dog, the dog only emerges from his shadow. It's also later revealed that it's a shadow spirit. So that means in any place that doesn't have any shadow, he cannot summon his cursed animals. Detail number 27. When Yuji and Megumi encounter the special grade in its domain, Yuji actually cuts the cursed demon's neck first before the demon cuts Yuji's hand. And it's also bleeding. If we slow down the video, we will see it. But the demon heals back up too fast. So in that case, Yuji's natural speed is faster than the special grade already. Imagine when Yuji masters his cursed energy. Detail number 28. This detail might be out of context, but in this scene, the way she holds her nails in her hands looks similar to Wolverine from Marvel. Detail number 29. This special grade curse is just born, so it's like a baby trying new things. We can clearly see at the beginning of the episode that it's still in the egg. You can see that its leg hasn't even fully come out of the egg yet. Detail number 30. When Nobara Kugisaki is trapped in the cursed spirit's domain, she fights with many curses that look like flying masks. But notice that every cursed demon she kills in this moment has a crack on the forehead. So that means the only way to kill it is to break the 3 dots on its head. Detail number 31. When the cursed demon punches Yuji to the wall, the camera angle captures his back, and on the back of his uniform, we can see something that looks like a signature. Some fans point out that this might be the animator sneaking his own signature on his back, without the studio noticing it. Detail number 32. In this scene, it shows that when Yuji Itadori is scared to death, he cannot control his body against Sukuna. The reason why he is able to get his body back is when Megumi's words touch his feelings and he is ready to sacrifice himself to save Megumi. That means the reason why Yuji is able to fight for control of his body against Sukuna from the first place is because he is a pure soul who is willing to sacrifice himself to save others. We can already see that even when Megumi shows him that the guy who he is trying to save is a bad guy, Yuji still tries to return his corpse to his mother. And no Jujutsu sorcerer has a pure soul like Yuji before. That's why nobody can eat Sukuna's finger like him. Detail number 33. The reason why Sukuna punches Megumi Fushiguro from building to building, and he still survives, is because they are generally physically stronger than normal humans, because they have high levels of cursed energy and can enhance their defenses with it. If Megumi doesn't use cursed energy to protect himself, he would be crushed to death already. Detail number 34. In this scene, we see Megumi's bird use its wing to shield him from the falling concrete. But the bird doesn't have a mind of its own. It's just a fast reflex from Megumi to use his animal to protect himself. That shows how fast his brain can think even in this messed up situation like this. Detail number 35. In this scene, we see a curse user walking with 3 cursed spirits. Just in case some of you haven't watched Season 2 yet, this guy's name is Kenjaku. He is actually a cursed spirit living in the Jujutsu body of Geto, who was killed by Gojo. Kenjaku swapped his brain with Geto's corpse, and he can also use Geto's curse power. Detail number 36. In episode 6, we get our first glimpse of Sukuna's realm, a domain expansion technique that lets him create a space where he rules supreme and his attacks never miss. But what is that creepy structure made of human bones? Could it be a fusion of Sukuna's realm and Yuji Itadori's body? Detail number 37. The reason why the waitress can see the shadow of the cursed creature is because he is one of the people who can use curse power himself, like other Jujutsu students. But not everyone who has this power becomes a Jujutsu student. Detail number 38. In this scene, they reveal what the curse's intention was. They burned people just for fun, and they didn't even eat them at all. They even described themselves as pure creatures of emotion, because they never change their emotion. If they are evil, they are pure evil. Unlike humans, our emotion is changeable all the time. Detail number 39. When Gojo trains him by locking him in the room watching movies, we also see a Joker movie reference. Detail number 40. The domain expansion that Gojo uses to attack the volcano curse spirit resembles a black hole. He can create infinite space around him. The reason why the enemy cannot attack him is not because he creates a shield around him, but because he can expand the space around him to infinity. So if you shoot an arrow at him through the infinite shield, it's like shooting an arrow from Earth to another galaxy billions of light years away from Earth. Detail number 41. When Gojo fights with the volcano curse spirit, and he comes back to bring Yuji to watch his fight, we can spot another movie reference, Lord of the Rings. Detail number 42. The reason why Gojo's eye color is light blue is because he has a second pair of eyes under his normal eyes, which are part of his 6 eyes ability. They are usually closed, but they open when he uses his limitless technique. His eyes are very bright and striking, and they contrast with his white hair. Detail number 43. In episode 8, when they are fighting near the vending machine, I spot another knockoff monster brand. Detail number 44. The reason why the curse spirit named Mahito came to attack these 3 kids is because he sensed the negative energy from the boy who was bullied. Detail number 45. In this scene, we see that the cursed demon that Yuji and Kento Nanami are fighting is wearing a watch, which is the same watch as the woman who was selling tickets that we saw previously. So that means that Mahito not only killed the 3 boys who were in the theater, but he also turned the woman who was selling tickets into a monster. Detail number 46. In this scene at Kento Nanami's house, there is a movie poster of Dr. Sleep, which is the same one in the movie theater from a previous scene. Detail number 47. He is not lying about leaving the Jujutsu world to work in an office for a while, because if we look on the wall, there is a certificate from college. Detail number 48. In episode 10, when the kid and his 2 friends are sitting in a club room and someone tries to kick them out, it is a reference to Yuji Itadori and his friends back in episode 1. This is a smart way to show that this kid and Yuji Itadori are very similar, and that's why they get to know each other quickly. If you look at the movie poster on the wall, it's also confirmed that this kid has the same taste as Yuji. Detail number 49. The reason why this teacher is sweating when he talks to the kid is because he really suspects him of being a killer, because he always sees him getting bullied by those three. And in this moment, he tries to get the answer from the kid. If Yuji didn't come out on time, maybe this teacher would get killed by him too. Detail number 50. In episode 11, in this scene after Kento Nanami cuts Mahito's leg, he uses his mind to make the concrete fall. Because if we watch closely, we see a blue light shining a bit before the concrete falls. He lets him live because he is also injured too. And he knows that Mahito is not easy to kill. Detail number 51. Nanami was originally supposed to be a villain. In an interview in 2021, 𝐤𝐫𝐤𝐢𝐳 revealed that his original plan was for Nanami to be a bad guy who worked for a shady company and then one day loses his mind and kills everyone there. After that, he was supposed to join a group of evil sorcerers and face off against Yuji. But later down the line, they were meant to become friends. This fact is amazing simply because it's so easy to imagine it. Because Nanami even said himself that the corporate world is crap and jujutsu sorcerers are also crap. So as a villain, it makes sense to see him literally attacking both groups. Detail number 52. When they talk about the movie The Human, there is a scene when a son attacks his mother. This is a foreshadowing that his mother is going to die because of him. It's not him killing her directly, but he is the one who brings the cursed spirit to his life. Detail number 53. In episode 13, notice that the Mahito transforms into a child. This child is actually his true form, because the sorcerer said in a previous episode that this curse behaves like a child. Detail number 54. In episode 14, we see all of Kenjaku's team hanging around at the hot tub. But notice that the cursed spirit volcano's smoking pipe is actually made out of human parts. Detail number 55. In this scene, when Gojo comes to talk with Kento Nanami in his house about Yuji, we can see that even though he stopped working in an office, he still reads a business newspaper. Detail number 56. In this episode, when Gojo brings Yuji back to school, they reveal a lot of jujutsu teachers in the school. But notice that only jujutsu students have shirt buttons. All the teachers don't. The shirt button maybe is a curse energy tool that every student has to have it. Detail number 57. Most jujutsu sorcerers are Japanese, but notice that only 2 jujutsu sorcerers have a bloodline of white people. Momo Nishimiya's mother is Japanese, but her father is American. That's why she has an American accent. Another white character is Kento Nanami, who has a grandfather from Denmark. Detail number 58. Every random word that 𝐏𝐫𝐸𝐵 says has meaning. In order to avoid unwanted effects from his cursed speech, Toge has to speak in rice ball toppings instead of actual words. But he's not just speaking randomly, his words have meaning. He uses shaki, which translates to salmon, as an affirmation. Negation is okaka, which translates to fish flakes. Konbu, or kelp, is a greeting. Those are the only 3 with meanings. The rest are complete nonsense. Detail number 59. In episode 15, when Yuji Itadori fights with Todo, he says he likes tall and sexy women. He isn't lying because we can already see him putting up a poster of a sexy woman in his room from an earlier episode. Detail number 60. In the scene, we see a jujutsu robot that is controlled by another person. But notice that the robot is not completely made out of metal, it's actually made out of some flesh. So that means he is not using technology to make this robot, but he is using a curse technique to form this robot. Detail number 61. The girl with the broom doesn't have any shirt buttons like other jujutsu students because she is wearing a dress. But she did use the jujutsu shirt buttons to make them into a necklace. Detail number 62. Her weapon has a feather similar to Yuji's first weapon that Gojo gave him, because those knives are actually borrowed from her by Gojo. Detail number 63. The reason why the Jujutsu Panda has to wear the bracelet, because he made out of fabric by the Jujutsu principal named Masamichi Yaga, so the panda hand is soft. That's why he need bracelet to punch. Detail number 64. In episode 17, notice that Maki Zenin says she cannot use cursed energy like the others, but in this scene we can clearly see some cursed energy coming out of her. Some light blue energy just comes out for a few seconds, so maybe she can use some cursed energy but she doesn't realize it or something. Let's wait and see in the next season. Detail number 65. In the tournament, they use the crows as cameras, but in this scene, the angle to capture them is not right. The crow is on the side, but why is the camera angle from the top? Detail number 66. Remember that I told you that Gojo has a special ability to sense objects and living beings with his cursed energy? But how on earth can Gojo see things moving on the TV screen with his blindfold on? Detail number 67. In this scene, notice that her hairstyle looks similar to Nobara Kugasaki's cursed doll. It's ironic when Nobara Kugasaki calls her a witch when she also uses a witchcraft-like technique with her doll. Detail number 68. The reason why Mai Zenin's nose bleeds when she is shooting is because she uses too much cursed energy on her bullet. Mai can only create one bullet per day, and doing so drains her cursed energy and causes her to nosebleed. She also risks dying if she uses too much of her cursed energy for construction. Detail number 69. In episode 17, he is so confused when Megumi Fushiguro uses his sword because there is no place to hide this sword. Well, it's because he brings his sword through a curse technique from the weapon storage. Not only him, a lot of Jujutsu sorcerers also use this technique. Detail number 70. In this scene, when Noritoshi Kamo fights with Megumi, he has 2 arrows left and he uses them to hit him in the back. So he should run out of arrows, but why does he still have one more? It's because the last one he uses cursed energy to create it. Detail number 71. In episode 17, I asked why the crow camera is on the side, but why the view is from the top. But now we know why. It's because there is another crow flying in the sky to capture everything. Detail number 72. Just in case you don't know, this weapon called Playful Cloud, it is a special grade curse tool that has been passed around from one Jujutsu sorcerer to another more than any other weapon. And the first person to have it was Toji Fushiguro, who appeared in Season 2. Detail number 73. When he tells the dog to go, the demon comes out immediately because this demon is trained by the higher-ups. It has some intelligence. It knows that if it came out before, the dog would sense it. Detail number 74. Notice that this curse user or curse spirit has a bone icon on his suit, because he is a curse user who disguises himself as a butcher for a living. Detail number 75. This curse spirit is different from the rest. The reason why he fights is because he really hates humans and wants to protect the planet. In theory, this curse spirit was born from all the emotions and hatred of human beings who despise other humans who destroy the planet. Detail number 76. In episode 18, when Inumaki uses his power, it's very similar to when Gojo uses his eyes. Both cover their eyes and mouth to conserve energy, because the type of cursed energy that they use is too strong, and it's easy to run out of energy. Detail number 77. In this fast fighting scene, if you slow down the video, you will see Yuji and Todo high-five each other during the middle of the fight. But it's not just a high-five. It's a curse technique that he uses to swap places. Detail number 78. In episode 20, if we watch closely at this scene, we can clearly see the tree monster escape before the purple power from Gojo attacks him, but it still gets some damage. Because Gojo's cursed energy is too powerful, even without hitting the curse directly, it still causes some damage. Detail number 79. In episode 21, the reason why this blonde-haired guy wanted to kill the tree is because he is not on their side. I mean, he is on their side, but he doesn't know anything about them. He is just a curse user who was hired by them, same as the butcher curse user that they captured. Detail number 80. Notice that the panda patch has a panda logo on it. Basically, everything he uses has to have a panda logo on it. Detail number 81. In episode 23, when the 3 of them go to do a mission, we see this high-grade curse spirit again. This curse spirit looks the same as the one we saw before, so this might be where they come from. This curse spirit is not a problem for him, because remember, even Sukuna said, "Why did Megumi run away? It's such a waste of talent." He could take out those curse spirits. Detail number 82. In episode 24, when Yuji and Nobara are fighting this curse spirit, a lot of people asked how can he use his curse technique to create flowers on her face when blood only touched her arm. It's because the blood touched her face even before this scene. Remember when she tried to run away and the blood cut through her hair and some of the blood got on her face already? Detail number 83. The reason why this curse didn't vanish after it died is because this is a human being who was forced to eat the curse spirit that those curses were going to steal from the Jujutsu mansion in a previous episode. Detail number 84. Notice where did he get his arm from when Yuji already punched his arm off? It's because this curse was able to regenerate his arm back, but it's not fully regenerated yet. So that's all for today's video. I spend 1 week making this video so you can give me back by subscribing.